Hi, this is Mike, and we're looking at Aussie Dollar. So this correction panned out the same way the Euro one did. In my opinion, this is the best place to short right now because you've had confirmation of the break and you've come back in a corrective manner to retest. So I'm explaining where this is going as I zoom out, right? So as we worked out in the Euro, this is a wave E, right? I haven't labeled it yet. The D down there, the E up here. Whoops. So what exactly are we doing? What is this whole pattern? So in my opinion, it's a wave A, okay? There's no complete correction here. The amount of crazy that's going to go on after this correction's over though, to me, I think it's going to be interesting, right? So let's just zoom out for a moment to the 4 hour. Right, so we had our wave one and we had basically part of a zigzag. So we had A in brackets, A, B, C, D, E. Right? Obviously, this has become clearer more recently because my understanding of what the deal is across the board has increased dramatically. You could even say exponentially. And that's what happens when you play around with the waves too much. You go through every single possible scenario until everything just makes sense and it makes this channel better. So it's a good time to be following this as well. So I reckon what we're going to see here is quite simply put, just a wave C, right? A wave C down to the lows. Now, I would go targeting the low area only because wave C would have to be larger than wave A. And that's okay because wave A was a leading pattern, right? So in reality, it's weak and shorter by design, but this has to be longer and I would target the lows. I wouldn't really target any lower than that. But at the same time, in what way is this going to move down is another story, right? Yes, it might be good to short now, right? But maybe shorting from the high is better, or maybe waiting for a pullback after we see what could potentially be another weak 5 wave move. Now that I know these things happen, the Aussie dollar might be more resilient in its move down. In other words, it might be weak wave C in brackets, right? So there's just no telling how that's going to pan out, but because it's only going to move this far, I don't. I think the euro will fall lower percentage wise, and at this point in time, we don't know if this is going to turn out to be wave one zigzag before a pullback. Okay, so if you're trading this, your trade, in my opinion, is limited unless you're shorting from the highs and are willing to be extremely patient. I would be just targeting this area around here, like 6.67285 roughly, because I think this trade is only going to be limited somewhat. Now, that could be wrong, but do you really want to take that chance? Well, it depends, right? Because it's going to fall. It'd fall too quick, all right? Now, I'm not saying it can't fall too quick. It certainly can, but that means that we're going to see something pretty scary coming pretty quick, pretty soon. And I just don't know if that's going to be that crazy. If it is, well, wow, maybe it is okay to short it from where I put these levels, right? Which I'll put down in the description. But given that, it is a correction and we're not expecting much of a move down and it's going to be extended as it is, I don't know. It's up to you, right? That's just my opinion. Um, yeah, you could do whatever you want. Uh, yeah, I don't know how else to put it in that response because in that way, in that given the information that's on the chart, right? Because we could easily see the end of wave A happen, right? And then we could potentially bounce in wave B, right? We could just oscillate in this area. It's been known to happen, right? If you looked at the recent Bitcoin idea where we went high for wave 5, sorry, we went long for wave 5, you saw how at the lows we saw a B and a C happening, right? So there's, because this is let me explain it to you like this. Because this is a wave A, right? Not a 5 wave move like the euro is going to perform for a zigzag wave C, right? The zigzag wave C is a lot bigger than this. So whilst the wave C zigzag, which is a lot longer, is happening in the euro, there's a good chance that this could bounce at the lows in B, C, and then who knows, D and E even, right? During the time that the euro is still falling, right? It can happen. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, given the way I've seen the patterns unfold in corrections, they're not always the same, right? And that means that Aussie dollar is getting ready for a massive move, right? I'm talking huge, extremely massive move higher, right? It'll absolutely make the euro look like child's play the way this is going to move, right? Because it's already got its wave 1. Euro doesn't have its wave 1. Euro's barely bottomed from 2008, right? Aussie dollar is going to outperform, no doubt in my mind. The patterns say it, everything about it looks mega bullish. When the time comes, it's going to be great to go long, but it depends on what type of returns you want, because cryptos will go long too, and you know that they can move up pretty crazy too, right? So you got to make a choice. Maybe you have a bit in both, who knows? But if you use leverage in cryptos, that's even more insane. But that's just my opinion. Hopefully you found this video interesting and informative. Thank you for watching.